I'm calling this video The Other Strangest Secret. So often, when we're in a funny situation, we go to what makes our nervous system calm down, even though it doesn't align with our values. Then we wonder, why can't I stick to a boundary? Then we wonder, will I hurt somebody's feelings if I say what I want? Or, oh God, I don't want them to think that of me. And what this is it's our bodies wanting to feel good. We want to feel loved, regulated, solid, all of those things. So if you can relate to that, please listen, because I've got 3 ways that you can move towards creating boundaries without hurting other people, okay? So the first one is recognize if you're in all or nothing thinking, and you might be. So for example, I'll give you my own. My mom and dad need some help right now, and I could have gone to Massachusetts to help out over the long weekend. I could have gone to Massachusetts to bring my son there and see his grandfather in the rehab this long weekend. I chose not to because I needed my own mental health. I have a very busy week and a very busy weekend coming, and then the following weekend I'm going to do a lot of Massachusetts travel. And while I didn't have anything specifically that would hold me to home, I knew that giving myself the gift of being home was going to be like money in the bank when I needed a withdrawal. So identifying the idea of all or nothing, I'm a bad daughter or I'm not a bad daughter, it's like, no, I'm a great daughter because I understand what I need. And you know what that is? That's setting a boundary. The second item I have for you is to be able to say this: I want. How often when somebody asks you, do you say something besides I want? How often do you say things like, well, what would you want? Or what would you like? Or I wouldn't mind if, or I would enjoy, or something like that. Just say what you want. We have this idea if we simply state what we want, that it's somehow hurting somebody else. And I'll give you my own example for that. Several years ago, when my older son was still living with me, I felt like I had to create peace all the time. And in order to do that, I couldn't, always say no. And so if they wanted something for dinner and I could make it, I felt like I had to make it. And sometimes it would stress me out because I just had a tough day and it was a lot of cooking and they have different dietary, needs. And it was a lot and it was exhausting. And then that's just an example. And then one time my older son said to me, Mom, just because we ask doesn't mean you have to say yes. And so there was this underlying idea that in order to keep the peace, I couldn't say what I wanted. So that's the second thing. The third thing is, and that we're kind of progressively, I think, getting a little closer to our inner desires, and that is what gives you energy and what preserves your energy. So both of those I don't need to give you a third example, because in both of those cases, like making too much food all the time and not giving myself what I need, or even recognizing what I need, even identifying what I need, that's a lot. And so when we can identify what we need for our energy, like for me, I needed to be outside today. I need this blue sky. We've had 5 weeks of rain and I haven't been outdoors enough. It's hard for me. Also, I know for me, running around exhausts me. So I need to be home, but I also need a certain amount of activities planned, because if I'm just home with no schedule or no deadlines, that's too loosey-goosey, and I'll tend to not feel good about myself at the end of the day. I need a few things planned, but not too many things planned. So to grow and preserve my energy, I need to understand what gives me energy and what preserves my energy. Some people I know have a much higher degree of need for exercise than me. I need to exercise, but not as much as some people do. So there's another example. So the question becomes for you is, what's going to allow you to create boundaries? And when you do that, it is the strangest secret ever that you will not be shunned, or you might be, but you'll know that it's just a reflection of them, not you. You will not be shunned, and if you are shunned, they're not the people to hang out with. Because usually what happens is that people respect. That's the biggest, strangest secret. People will respect you for identifying what it is you want, being open and kind and loving, but really respecting what you want. So if you're still watching, please comment below. What one small thing will you practice in the month of June to get more of what gives you energy and have it be all for you so that you can give bigger? Thank you. Bye-bye.